Hey, what's going on, Who Dat Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones. And coming up on this edition of the State of the Saints podcast, we're talking about Tyler Shough. And should Saints fans be concerned about the rookie quarterback not being everything that they expected him to be at this point? And also, if you ever took a field trip in the Orleans Parish school system, then you know where I'm at.
Thank you for listening to my daddy's podcast. Please subscribe to our channel.
All I gotta say is, who that?
Hey, what's going on, Who Dat Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones. And yes, I am the host of the State of the Saints podcast. And thank you so much for checking out the State of the Saints podcast, where we talk New Orleans Saints. And on this edition, we're going to be talking about Saints quarterback Tyler Shough. And we're going to be answering the question, should Saints fans be concerned about Tyler Shough? Now, I want to make this very, 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 very clear. All right. But before I do, I want to give a special shout out to everybody in the chat. Shouts out to everybody watching this, no matter where you are, wherever you may be. This has been a show that I feel needed to be had. All right. And I want to make this clear. Okay. I want to make this very clear. All right. I know how y'all do it. Oh, TJ, he having a show about Tyler Shough. He concerned about Tyler Shough. And you're always going to have that one fool that doesn't watch the show, but just looks at the title and just so happen to just start typing and making comments like they actually watched the show. I want to make this very clear. This isn't my feelings or views about Tyler Shough. Everybody knows, if you've been rocking with the State of Saints podcast, you already know how I roll, how I feel about Tyler Shough. But some of you just fell off the turnip truck and y'all just want to be outraged about something, and you think that you sound like the smartest person in the room, but you're really sounding like an absolute idiot because you don't watch or look at anything. But I digress. This isn't my opinion, but it is a show that needed to be had because so many members of the Who Dat Nation, especially those that are hiding behind fake profiles on YouTube, yeah, that too, but X, right? And I'm going to continue to call you clowns out until you put a face on it. All right. I want you to put a face on it. I don't care what you say until you put a face on it. But you all have been crying and whining inside of the tweets, talking about Tyler Shough, analyzing him with 14 seconds of clip. And all of these, I got to say it. You really got people out here mad at the media for telling you the type of skill set that Tyler Shough can bring to the Saints. Now, I'm not the smartest man in the world. I'm really not. I'm really not the smartest man in the world, but I ain't never took nothing and ran with it on face value without me analyzing and doing research myself. Some of you are really exposing yourselves for the fools that you is. I know I'm supposed to say the fools that you are, but we're gonna go New Orleans. We're gonna go Ebonics in this thing. Fools that you is. Because some of y'all just sound absolutely ridiculous. You want me as a podcaster, as a journalist, you want Nick Underhill, you want Ross Jackson, you want Luke Johnson, you want my boy Rod Walker. Y'all want these guys to lambaste the guy after 10 days of practice. You, sir, are a fool. But I thought we'll have this show because I want to open up the phone lines here tonight. And look, shouts out to everybody that normally calls in, but I want to hear from the people that hide behind fake profiles. I want to hear these people that know more football than yours truly to call up the phone lines. Don't tell me, oh, well, I'm just going to say what I got to say on social media. Why should I come on your show? Bruh, don't nobody know you, bruh. Don't nobody know you. So feel free to call in, all right? Don't hide behind fake profiles. Don't tell me that I sold my soul. Don't tell me that, oh, I'm just out here, showing favoritism towards the team to get preferential treatment. Where the hell is that preferential treatment? I don't know. But I'm giving you an opportunity to be bold about yours and call in and tell us, why should we be evaluating a guy after 10 days of training camp? Please tell me. Please explain to the people at home why we should be concerned about a rookie quarterback. Please do. But before I open up these phone lines, I will acknowledge the chat in a second. But I do want to say this. If you are pulling out your hair, frustrated at the fact that Tyler Shough isn't Josh Allen overnight, then you don't know about football. You need to just call it quits. Don't talk about football no more. All right. You probably made that 1 point at the barbershop while you was getting tapered up. Other than that, we don't want to hear from you. All right. Because what Tyler Shough is going through is what many rookies go through. What you choose to do is look at outliers and feel like this dude is supposed to be there. Well, he's 26 years old. He's 26. He's supposed to have things figured out. I go back to my original statement. You got some of these people on here watching this right now, age 26, 36, and still ain't got it figured out. Yes, I just said that again. Just because a guy is 26 years old, it does not defeat the fact that he's a rookie who has to understand the speed of the game, and the game has to slow down for him. Not to mention, he's in an offense that he has to adjust to. And y'all ever just wonder to yourself, I'm just wondering, why y'all just feeling like Tyler Shough, Spencer Rattler, Jake Haener should just be slicing up the Saints defense like Swiss cheese? Should we at least acknowledge the fact that the Saints defense may be better than we thought it would be? These guys get paid a lot of money to make sure that these guys on the offensive side of the ball can't be successful. But we don't talk about that. We don't talk about the improvements of the defense. Oh, no, it can't be that. It can't be the fact that maybe the light has come on for some of these players. Oh, no, it can't be that. It can't be the fact that Quincy Riley is a ball hawk, something that you're actually going to need. Everybody's crying and whining and being and moaning about the secondary. No, it can't be that. It got to be the fact that this guy has no saving grace. I'm talking Tyler Shough. So once again, I want to hear from I won't call you cowards. I want to hear from the faceless, the nameless, and the ones that's always trying to go at people's neck on social media. I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out. I will sit back. I will allow you to expound on Tyler Shough and why people should have no hope, no faith whatsoever in a guy turning it around. That is what I want to hear. And we're about to open up these phone lines, but I'm going to go to the chat first. All right? I'm going to go to the chat first, okay? And because I know this is what some of y'all like to live, all right? Some of y'all like to live here nameless, faceless, calling out a whole bunch of nonsensical things that you don't want any type of, you don't want any type of blowback, so you hide in the shadows. Shouts out to the shadow folk out there who not strong enough brave enough to put a face on it. Shouts out to you. Go ahead and read some of these comments, man. As y'all can see, I'm fired up to do this show. TJ, you not about to pressure me into putting my pick on here, says Doc. Look, Doc, I'm going to tell you like this, okay? Doc, you've been shouts out to Doc. Doc been rocking with the show for a long time. Doc, this is why you're different. Doc, you are a sensible human being. I have seen you on several occasions make points, understand other people's point of view. So, of course, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the ones that know for a fact that they only create these profiles to talk noise and want to receive zero accountability for their actions. That's the ones I want to talk to, not people like yourself who are very sensible individuals. And if you are a person that doesn't have a face on their profile, and I see quite a few of you in here that I know for a fact are very sensible. This is not towards you, okay? This is not towards you. I'm talking about people that are strictly making these profiles to talk noise and sound ridiculous to do so because they don't want to put a face on it, just in case things don't work out the way that they want it to go. You can say whatever you want to say about yours truly, but you know what I look like. Right or wrong, you know what your boy look like. So we're going to leave it at that. How about some Saints fans quit bashing Shough because we didn't draft Sanders? Get out of your feelings. That's a start. You probably made that one point at the barbershop getting your taper. Yeah, it probably did. Hey, man, that's a good point right there, dog. Hey, man, y'all heard what he said? Say it again. Don't let him say it again. Oh, man, you say it again, man. They ready for ESPN. They ready for First Take. They ready for First Take, y'all. They ready. Who got fired? Shannon Sharp ain't there no more. Let me put my resume. Yeah, that defense out there. Now, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why can't be the defense improving? Why can't it be the defense improving? Do have some church announcements before I open up the phone lines again. There's a recent episode of the State of the NFL podcast focusing on wide receiver Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill has been a little bit animated at Miami Dolphins camp, to say the least, and some people are fed up with him. So talked a little bit about that. Check it out. It's a 9-minute video talking about Tyreek Hill and what are the Miami Dolphins going to do about him? Talented guy, but is he worth the trouble? All right. But I'm about to go ahead and open up the phone line because I want to hear from the folk, man. I ain't gonna say nothing. All right. I ain't gonna say nothing. All right. I'm gonna let you talk. I pretty much said what I needed to say. I'm just gonna let you speak. All right. I'm gonna just let you speak. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be shy. We just want to hear from you. They not calling you TJ. I don't see why not. I mean, I don't see why not. I mean, I get cussed out. I get labeled a fanboy. I'm a member of the media that don't want to see past anybody. I want y'all to understand this. They really had somebody that really came to me and said, they said this on social media. They told me that I didn't want Shedeur Sanders Saints. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for those that have been rocking with the State of the Saints since its inception, everybody here knows that I am a proud graduate of Jackson State University. Somebody please tell me what was the school that Shedeur Sanders went to before he went to Colorado? What was it? Wasn't it Jackson State? So why in God's name would I be? Why would I have an objection to Shedeur Sanders joining the Saints? Make that make sense to me. But of course, when you hide in the shadows and you don't look at shows like this for context, you sound like an idiot. And some of y'all, like I said, they don't mind because they hiding in the shadows. And I'm going to continue to call you out for the cowards that you are. Because when we give you opportunities, I don't see you. but you want me to go back and forth on social media? Like I ain't got a wife and a son and a job? What? Not happening. Now, if you make some compelling points to your point of view, seem pretty sensible, yeah, I'll give you the time of day. But for those that are trying to clout chase and just making false statements without no type of research whatsoever, we ain't got no time for you. We're going to go to Jerry, man. Jerry, how you doing, man?
What's up, TJ?
Man, look, man, to be here, excited to do the show. Man, Jerry, I thought we were about to have like a whole parade full of phone calls, man. I promise you, bro. Like, you had something to say, man. But hey, always great to hang out with the OG. Talk a little Saints football, man. What you got for us, Jerry?
TJ, before all these non-Saints fans come up in here talking all kinds of noise, I want to set the tone just for a minute. After what you were saying earlier from the start, I want to give you my take. Before these fake profile pic people, like on X, will come over here and try to have they say so. I want to tell y'all that some of them, TJ, and everybody in the chat, y'all agree with me when I tell you this, but some of these Saints fans are still butthurt because we drafted Tyler Shough and not Shedeur Sanders. I'm gonna say that again. They are still butthurt because we drafted Shough and not Sanders, and they want to get all mad and stuff. I say, hey, I said this from the draft, TJ. I said this from the draft 4 months ago. Whoever the Saints get, that's who we get.
Right.
They talking about, we need to get Shedeur. We need to get Shedeur. What happened? We got Shough, and some of these same Saints fans left and joined another team. Look, TJ, this ain't the time to be no bandwagon, bro. You got to be for real. Like you said, we're the real Saints fans, stand up.
Yeah. They're not. First off,
I just want to throw that on there, bro.
Well, look, Jared, look here, man. These folks cowards, man, for real. Like I'm calling them out. They cowards, man. They hide, like, man. Oh my goodness. We've had over 400 people. I know that's not a lot, but it's a nice little bit. Over 400 people voted. Are you concerned about Tyler Shough? You had some people out there that voted yes. I want to say maybe 48% of them said yes. Where the 48% at? That's what I want to know. Where they at? Where they at? Say that. And before, like, and let me make, and also I want to make this clear. All right, before they try to run on the social media and say, well, man, he just trying to use us to chase clout. Man.
TJ, look.
Oh my, bro. Don't need.
Dude, we
nobody. Man, come on, bro. Look, my work speaks for itself, man. Rather y'all want to admit it or not, my work speaks for itself. I don't have to run behind anybody. All right. We've been a great one-man show since 2018. We don't need it, man. Great, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to hear what you got to say. Jerry, I just want to hear what they got to say, man. I want to hear what they got to say.
Like I said, TJ, I'm not going to hold on too long because I just want to come on here to set the tone before these clowns come on here try to have a say so.
Man, I just got, look, this is going to be underneath. I didn't need to put a face on it. That's all I wanted. I just want to put a face on it. If you're going to say that the man not going, there's no saving grace about Tyler Shough. And I want to also say this. I'm not saying that the dude is going to be all pro or anything like that. I'm talking about no saving grace whatsoever. Like people like people are making it seem like this dude ain't got like no quality, no redeeming qualities, which is like unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable. You got anything else, Jerry?
Nah, TJ, that's all I got, man. I just want, like I said, I just want to come in here to kickstart this thing before these crying non-Saints fans come up in here claiming they mind in their statement.
Yeah, I just, like I said, I just wanted to put a face on it. But Jerry, thank you so much, man. It's always a pleasure to chop it up with you, and we'll talk plenty more down the road, man.
Yes, sir, we will. And before I leave, TJ, I did say I was gonna go to camp last week, but I didn't because something came up. But it's no big deal.
Yeah, ain't no big deal, man. Look, that's what you got some great reporters on the ground, man, to give us the information that we need, and they're doing an outstanding job, man. Well, like I said, we'll talk down the road, man. I'm excited, man. Preseason game number 1 is slowly approaching, man. So definitely want to get your take on that as that happens.
Yeah, man. I am ready, TJ. Dude, think about it. Sunday, February the 9th was the last time, not just all Saints fans, but all these teams got together to watch the Super Bowl in New Orleans.
Right.
But now it's gonna be seven months later, and this Sunday is the time and the place to get ready for Saints football. And some of y'all, if y'all not ready for Saints football, you need to go check the mirror in your living room and check yourself.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Something must be wrong with him. If you can't get excited about this, something wrong.
Yeah, you might want to check yourself.
Yeah, definitely want to do that. Jerry, thank you so much, man. Call back anytime.
Will do, TJ. You be blessed, brother. Shouts out to the chat. Much love to y'all.
Yeah, man. You be blessed as well, man. Take care. Yeah, man. Shouts out to Jerry. As we can see, man, we're about 22 minutes, 7 seconds into the show. I mean, it's slim pickings right now, folks. It's slim pickings. But we're going to go ahead and move on to Dalton. Dalton, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How are you, bro?
And I'm doing fine, man. Good to chop it up with you, talk with you, man. What you got for us tonight?
Okay, first of all, y'all got to get out of your feelings about the Shedeur Sanders thing. And to be honest with you, it is your fault that we draft Tyler Shough, and I'll explain why. Y'all, we've been saying, we're going to draft Shedeur Sanders. Watch, I want him. Look what happened. Y'all jinxed it. Now, suddenly, Tyler Shough has been draft picked. All of a sudden, you just want him to have a bad year because y'all are salty for not drafting Shedeur Sanders. Like, get out of your feelings. And you still have no explanation why you really wanted Shedeur Sanders to begin with. You just had no reason other than he's Deion's son bull crap or other dumb reason. You just won't explain why. It is pretty sad.
Man, look, it's the star appeal. And I will say he talented, but it mostly is the star appeal. They just want a name. It's the name more so than the game. That's just what it is. Like, they want something to be excited about. And the fact that they got, like, a lot of them did it to themselves, Dawson, because you always have to put in the back of your mind, there's a possibility that things may not end up the way that you think that they're going to go. You had Saints fans that were excited and psyched themselves up that the Saints were going to draft Shedeur Sanders. And when they didn't, then they felt disappointed. Then they got mad. Now, all of a sudden, everything that Tyler Shough does is just like, if it's bad, it's low-hanging fruit right now. And they just grabbing at it. Like, this man hasn't played one NFL down yet, all practice. And I just don't get it, man. Like, this doesn't make sense to me. Like, it doesn't make sense. It seems to me that they have a vendetta and they're trying to hide behind the fact that he had a bad practice, but in reality, they just never wanted the guy in the first place. And now they're starting to show themselves. But I just want to see if they're going to be around if this man turns it around. That's all I want to know.
The only thing that really concerns me about Tyler Shough, if he does get injured, because we all know he's injury prone in college. That's the only part I'm worried about is injury wise.
Yeah. I mean, that's a legit cause of concern. But sitting up here talking about this guy like, oh, man, he ain't ahead of schedule, man. He can't beat out Spencer Rattler. Like, man, Spencer Rattler is not terrible. And I don't know what people thought. Like, they looking at draft picks, which to me, once again, Dalton, makes absolutely no sense. Because how can you pound the table for Shadur Sanders, who is a 5th round pick, who ended up being a 5th round pick, but he doesn't play like a 5th round pick? We all know what it was. How come Spencer Rattler, who was a 5th round pick, can't exceed expectations just like Shadur Sanders can? It's the hypocrisy for me, man. It's the hypocrisy for me. You can't just, downgrade Spencer Rattler and say, oh, he a 5th round pick and Tyler Shough should beat him out. Like, come on, man. Like, Spencer Rattler did some good things last season. A lot of what he dealt with was the fact that he just needed experience and he just wasn't ready for the moment. But the fact that he was thrust into that is helping him to be ahead of the curve going into this training camp. So I don't know, man. I don't know why they just thought like Spencer Rattler would go say, oh, snap, man. He's a 2nd round pick. Let me just go ahead and pack up and go home. Man, trying to win a quarterback battle. And it seemed like he winning it to me. And
let's not forget, though, no Kamara, no Lave, no Sheed. He's been playing with the 3rd string quarterback. I don't know why people don't see it that way.
Because they don't want to see it. Like, when things are sensible, Dalton, and it makes sense, but it goes against a person's narrative, they ain't trying to hear it. That's what it all comes down to. People do not want to see what's in front of them, because if it forces them to face reality, it makes them have to possibly change the way that they think. I'm all for analyzing and grading guys, but within reason. Like, I'm not going to look at Tyler Shough and see that he's struggling like many rookies do, and turn around and just say, oh man, this dude, like, ain't it. Like, I'm watching a number 1 overall pick, Caleb Williams, in Chicago Bears practice, like, just fling the ball all over the place, pick here, pick there. And this guy's the number 1 overall pick. And he is 1 year into like his career. So I don't get it, man. The Saints have a rookie in Tyler Shough, and he's doing what rookies do, which is learn, make mistakes, and try to get better.
Exactly. I'm going to be honest with you. Before the draft, I did want Jackson Dart because I thought he would be fit with our system. But after he got drafted by the Giants in the 2nd round, I thought he was going to draft Jalen Moore because he was similar like Jalen Hurts, and I thought that's what Kellen Moore was going to go.
Right.
Pick was Jalen Moore, but after I picked Tyler Shough, I was like, okay, that surprised me. I'm not going to bash him, but I was happy we didn't get Shadur Sanders though. But I was like, okay, I guess Kellen Moore's picked his guy.
Yeah, and that's also what fans have to understand too. If you're giving Kellen Moore all of this credit for the way that the Saints look, guys looking rejuvenated, happy to be there, why can't you give him the same grace when it came to the quarterback selection? So he does everything right so far except for pick a quarterback. It all comes down to, Dalton, people just didn't want this guy to be here, but he's here, and you have to deal with it. So I don't get why you want to just, like flambe and lambaste this guy, and not give him an opportunity. I don't get it, because if he ends up being everything you expect for him to be, or the Saints expect him to be, then no, you're going to be eating crow, unless you're just about to jump ship and end up cheering for somebody else. Because I guarantee you, like, how he looks this season will not be an indictment on if the Saints were to decide to possibly have him as a starter in 2026. It just don't. Like, they picked him because they feel like he can be the future of this team. So
agreed.
There's that.
Boy, you know what John Cena said one thing on Raw one night? You get nothing.
Say that one more time.
You get nothing.
Oh, that's about John Cena.
Yeah, when he says you get nothing, after the Saints were said they're going to draft Shadur Sanders, we want him. Guess what? You get nothing.
Nothing, not at all. Nothing at all. I can remember when he said that was his first heel promo. Say, yeah, you get what you get. I guess what you get what you receive, which is absolutely nothing. So look, I can understand Saints fans being upset. I can understand them being frustrated. about, you wanting a guy and not getting him trusted. Believe I've been there when they should have drafted Jordan Love. They end up getting Cesar Ruiz. I mean, everybody talks about that. That was just an insane night.
Oh yeah,
but,
I was mad about that too.
But at the end of the day, it's like after that, it's like, okay, man, look, Cesar Ruiz on the team. Like, yeah, there ain't nothing I can do about it. Like, I wanted them to get Jordan Love. I wish they did. Obviously, the way he looks, right? But I mean, when a guy is selected by the team, man, you gotta, like, if you rocking with the squad, you gotta support the dude. Like, I don't know, man. I just think that people just rushing the judgment on him. Now, if they ended up being right, fine. But I'm not going to just throw this man under the bus because he had, some, I don't even want to say bad practices. It's just he's a rookie. And people just need to understand that. It don't matter if he's 22, 32, like if you're a rookie, man, he still got to understand the speed of the game. It doesn't matter. I don't get it. Like, it's not like, oh, he was playing in a special 26-year-old league and they have the speed of the NFL. He is playing in college and he has to adjust to the pros. So I don't know. You got anything else, Dalton?
Well, before I get going, because I know people are waiting, though, I need to address something that people need to listen. If I were y'all, no matter what, though, like, wherever y'all did want Shedeur Sanders, Garrett Nussmeier, I know we're not talking about next year, but this year, no matter players you want, if I were y'all, go watch the movie Why Him with James Franco and Bryan Cranston. Like, all of a sudden, you want someone, but why you want him? Go watch Why Him if I were y'all, if you haven't seen it.
Yeah. I look, all I know is when it comes down to it, they selected who they wanted to select. And we all know Mickey Loomis, right? We all know Mickey Loomis. So to think that, Tyler Shough might end up not being, playing next year and end up drafting a quarterback, nah. Like, first off, I don't think the Saints are going to be as bad to a point where they're going to just be picking first overall. Like, I just feel like the whole bottom going to have to drop about that thing in order for that to happen. But if the Saints are picking like somewhere like in the area in which they're picking right now, 9 or 10, they're not drafting no quarterback, man. They just not. Like, I can see them going back again saying, okay, man, we're gonna give Tyler Shough an opportunity. That's what they're gonna do. And it might tick some Saints fans off, but that's the type of front office you have. They not quick to give up on guys. Like, this ain't New York, this ain't Philly, this ain't Dallas, right? Where, if you playing like slaw, the media might write something, and the fans might start, and sort of uprise to a point where, change might be made. But in New Orleans, man, it don't work like that, man.
And also, before I get out of here, y'all need to understand this, though. NFC South is the weakest division. Anything can be open. Falcons, they're too hype. Buccaneers, overrated. We don't know if it's Baker Mayfield or the offensive coordinator. And Saints are a sleeper team. And the Panthers, I think Bryce Young is the most pressured on that team, though. No matter what, though, NFC South is opening. I mean, they're not going to win like 13 games or 14, 12, 11. Like, those going to be like 9 wins or maybe 8. Don't be surprised, though. It's not the best teams. Best divisions, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, look, everybody has a chance to win this division. And, it's been a bad division. So teams understand that. And that's why a lot of these teams feel like it's a great opportunity to try to get these draft picks, get their teams in order, because they feel like they can make a run out of it. Because even though Tampa has won the division for 4 consecutive times, like, it's not to a point where teams just feel like, they just so dominant. It's just certain circumstances teams felt like they were dealing with, which, kind of helped Tampa in certain aspects. Now, Tampa has improved and has done some really good things front office wise, but it's not to a point where they just have to be dominant. So I don't know. 8 or 9 wins might end up winning you this division. I agree with you, Dalton.
All right. Thank you for letting me have a show, and Who Dat Nation and Bills Mafia.
Yeah, man. Shouts out to you, Dalton, man. Call back anytime, my friend.
All right. Thanks, bro.
All right. Take it easy. Yeah, shouts out to Dalton, man. Look, it's always a pleasure to talk to him, man. Always a pleasure to talk to him. We're going to go ahead and go to Who Dat Brandon. Brandon, how you doing? Brandon, are you there?
Hello?
Yeah, yeah. What's going on, man?
What's up? What's up? How are you?
Man, I'm doing all right, Brandon. What you got for us, man?
Yeah, I'm gonna just be the play devil advocate right here, and I don't like the Shuck pick,
Okay.
and it's not because I wanted Shador. I didn't want Shador. I didn't want Shuck. I didn't want Milrow. Didn't want Dart. I wanted Will Johnson. That's who I wanted.
Okay.
Whether you hate Shador, you love Shador, hate Sander or Shuck, love Shuck, you could all agree that this quarterback class was weak. So why would we get a quarterback in one of the weakest classes? If that makes any sense. We lost Lattimore. Why not add a piece? Will Johnson. He's been doing great in practice, I heard. And yeah, that's the reason why I don't like Shuck. I mean, he's 26. That doesn't help. Injuries doesn't help. I know Will Johnson has injuries, but he hasn't had as much as Shuck. And yeah, that's my take on the Shuck situation.
So as far as okay, let me ask you this: do you think that Shough could be a starting quarterback in the league?
As of right now, yes.
What okay, I agree. Look, this wasn't
that's
the
because of the
strongest
division.
Brandon, this wasn't the strongest draft class at quarterback. Look, I was at the combine. Like most of them dudes couldn't hit the back of a barn door. I'm gonna be honest with you. That was like, I don't know what they showed on TV, but in real time, that was off. I'm talking about from Dylan Gabriel to Will Howard. Like them boys couldn't hit the back of a barn door, man. They couldn't hit the ocean in a boat. Like it was bad, man. But but at the end of the day, when it came to Tyler Shough, people were talking about, his upside and his ability and stuff like that, and I watched quite a few of them Louisville games, and I'm talking about games where they won and lost, and he wasn't terrible, like I look, there were times where a little bit skittish in the pocket, their offensive line wasn't really that good, and he was, I guess he was afraid to get teed off on, but I can understand like his talent, his skill set, his ability. I can see what drew, Kellen Moore to him. Like, I mean, but does it help the fact that Kellen Moore, Brandon, is a guy who has a reputation of helping quarterbacks like Dak Prescott? I mean, Justin Herbert, like all these guys, like Jalen Hurts, like all these guys are talented, don't get me wrong, but he was able to get the best out of them, like from an efficiency standpoint, from them getting the ball point A to point B. You don't think he can do that with Tyler Shough?
I think he could do that with Tyler Shough, but I also think he could do that with Spencer Rattler. And I think the value of the pick we got, Tyler Shough, is just too much. I mean, I think he could do that with Spencer Rattler. Spencer Rattler is everybody know what he can do. He was top 3 quarterback in his class in high school, number 1 quarterback in Arizona. We didn't see him play with the number 1 team this year, so we can't really give him that. But I mean, why not give Spencer Rattler that time, beef up that defense, and just wait on the quarterback? I mean, hey, maybe Spencer Rattler doesn't do good, so what? Okay, we wait. Manning's coming up. We got the LSU. I don't know how to say his last name.
Nussmeier.
Nussmeier. You have that Penn State guy. Like, let's just wait. I think we pulled the trigger a little too fast. And what if Spencer Rattler does start this whole season? That's a waste of a 40 overall pick. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just too high of a pick.
Well, I look at it 2 ways, right? Okay, so Spencer Rattler, for better, fair or unfair, he was a selection by the old regime. And if I can understand it from a Kellen Moore standpoint, like if you appoint me the head coach, right, and you want me to fix the team and turn the team around, you got to allow me to do things like my way. So yeah, I don't think that's an indictment like on Spencer Rattler, like the fact that they actually drafted Tyler Shough. Not to me. I just think that Kellen Moore wanted a quarterback that he feels like kind of fits his mold and his skill set. Now, to answer your question, like what do they do if Spencer Rattler ends up being everything that they want him to be? Well, you use Tyler Shough as trade bait. Like it's not like he haven't seen anything like this before. Like where a team actually have two quarterbacks. Hell, we seen it. We seen it in Washington a couple years ago with RG3 and Kirk Cousins. Right. Like I mean, you have like situations where you have two young quarterbacks and teams end up like having to figure it out. I feel like that would be a really good situation for the Saints to actually be in because Tyler Shough still has like some type of appeal. And regardless of how like some Saints fans may feel about him, Brandon, around NFL circles, like you had a lot of teams like really like this dude, like really like this dude and think that he could possibly be a franchise quarterback. So it didn't surprise me that the Saints end up drafting him. And we don't like, I just think that it is, only time will tell if this guy ends up being that. But if Spencer Rattler ends up being everything the Saints need him to be, shoot, that sounds like a good situation for the Saints to be in.
Right. It's a good bad problem.
Huh?
It's a good bad problem, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I mean, look, and also, Brandon, look at the Saints over the last couple of years, bro. Like, look at how they've had so many injuries at the quarterback position. Like, when has it been? Like, I'm trying to see 2018 was the last time the New Orleans Saints like had a quarterback
that played every game,
played all games the entire season. Like, it's been a revolving door. So look, they need a quarterback. Like, even if Spencer Rattler ends up winning it out, Tyler Shough ends up like looking serviceable, borderline starting quarterback. Like I think that that's a good situation to be in. If Spencer Rattler ends up being which will a lot of people feel like he can be, that's a great opportunity for the New Orleans Saints to be able to use that as trade bait. And you can probably bring somebody else in, get yourself a draft pick, and end up getting somebody that can contribute to the team. But as far as Will Johnson, what you're saying, I was high on the guy. I didn't worry about like the injuries and stuff like that because he was just so talented. I don't have an issue. I ain't have an issue with that at all. Are you upset about the Kelvin Banks pick though?
Definitely not.
Okay,
definitely not.
I mean,
Kevin Banks, I liked him. I'm a Texas guy.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Texas Longhorns. My cousin played for them, so I gotta automatically root for them. So I like that pick.
Mm-hmm.
That maybe makes me feel also a little biased to wanting Manning, which I could see that. I mean, I probably am pretty biased. But no, yeah. As for the Kelvin Banks pick, I loved it. I mean, obviously, you can't draft, a good team. Like, you can't have a good team without obviously starting at the line. And
Right.
I mean, I like Penning moving over to guard. I like that. I actually wasn't mad back in the day at the Cesar Ruiz pick. I like that pick. But yeah, I'm all for drafting O-line for sure.
Yeah. Look, I like Kelvin Banks. I'm on record saying that if he stays healthy, he's gonna be one of the best New Orleans Saints offensive linemen of all time. I don't. That's not hyperbole. Like that guy is that talented.
Right. I like him a lot.
Yeah. It like I said, but as far as like this quarterback competition, like it doesn't. I don't know, man. It just doesn't really bother me if Spencer Rattler ends up starting. Like I get what people are saying as far as okay, if he doesn't start, then why would you get him in the second round in the first place? But
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
it's a second round. But it's a second round pick. Like I get that. According to the Saints, like their history, this is a high. They ever drafted a quarterback since '71, but he's still a second round pick.
Right.
So
yeah,
what we like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence when it comes down to it. But I will say maybe the New Orleans Saints may not have thought like Spencer Rattler would look the way that he did going into camp. Like, I think they probably thought he was improved, but not to a point where he's looking like he is right now. So they just lit a fire under him. But I feel like this is a great situation, because if he ends up being what they need him to be, then you got Tyler Shough, and if Tyler Shough end up like jumping past him, then that trade bait on that. Like it's win-win for me. But I get what a lot of people are saying, but I don't think just because he end up like taking training camp by storm, like people just need to throw him away, man.
This didn't ever come from like, my opinion didn't ever come from like what he's been doing in training camp. This was just from the start. Like since day one when we drafted him, I felt like this. So
yeah, I mean,
look,
that's a
fair
into that. Look, there's a fair point. That's fair. Okay, that's a fair assessment. If you felt that way, but I'm talking about like what you're saying is a complete opposite of what I'm talking about. Like, you came to that conclusion based on looking at his performances, not like just looking at some like 8-minute film on YouTube. Like, you watch this guy play and you're like, I'm not too sure about that.
Right.
But my feelings and views are people that are evaluating this guy and saying what he's not after only 10 days of training camp. And I don't think that, I don't care what player, I don't care who it is. Like it's not a large enough sample size for you to know what type of player like he's going to end up being. And that's my whole point. So
yeah, no, I agree with that for sure. Yeah. I agree with that. I mean, training camp, come on, like he's a rookie. I know he's 26, but he's still a rookie. But I mean, it's only been 10 days. Like, let's see what he does on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, look, if he plays well on Sunday, I don't think people will, think twice about it. Like, they won't, like, they'll probably just forget about some of the things that they actually say. We don't know what this dude is going to be, and these practices and preseason, and if he ends up playing in a regular season, like, they're gonna end up figuring themselves out anyway. We're gonna see it for real. Like, there's no need for us to like try to jump the gun. Like, you're gonna see what this guy actually is, for better or worse.
Right. No, I'm rooting for him. Like, he's on our team, so I have to root for him. I'm not gonna switch up on him. So I'm gonna root for him. Yeah. I'm going to that game on Sunday, so I'm gonna root for him. But like, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just looking at that number 40, that 40th pick. There's a lot of good guys, and I know. I just hope he proves me wrong. Yeah, that's all. I mean,
yeah. Well, we'll see. Yeah, we'll definitely see if he ends up being a part. But I'm going to reserve my judgment on this Tyler Shough thing, and I just hope everybody, like you said, and and a lot of people that I've talked to will do the same, which is give this guy the grace, man. Give him the grace to try to figure this thing out. Like, I understand his age, and I think that's what people are saying. Like, he should have been like pro ready, but I don't know, man. Like, what does that actually mean? Like,
I mean,
who actually comes who's pro ready? Like, seriously.
Right. I mean, right, exactly. Nobody. I mean, there's like Jeremiah Smith, he's probably gonna be pro ready. That's like 1 in a million. Yeah. But like, I think what people are mad at is just he's not flashy. I mean, at the end of the day, he's not a flashy player. He didn't come from a big school. He didn't come from a SEC school like, Dart. He's not flashy like Shador or like Milroe. Like, that's, at the end of the day, that's what it is.
Yeah. And that's a good point too. Like, maybe because when he was at the rookie premiere, like, most people was like, man, look, he looked like a punter or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Stuff like that. So I don't know, man. But Brandon, I appreciate the call, man, and feel free to call back anytime, man.
Yes, sir, bro. Thank you so much. I been watching for a minute. I take your draft analysis pretty like heavy into my consideration. I remember back in the day, you really liked that linebacker that Arizona got. It was like Zayvon Collins, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I was just like so high on him. And I don't know. I've been watching you for a minute.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I thank you for that, man. And also thank you for calling in, man, and giving your thoughts on Tyler Shough, man. I appreciate it.
Of course, man. Have a good night.
All right, you too. Yeah. Look, I mean, shouts out to Brandon, but that's a legitimate gripe, right? That's what I'm talking about. A person that actually analyzed, looked at, evaluated the tape, and then came to that conclusion. But you know, the fact that what Dalton was alluding to, like just mad at the man because you know he not Shedeur Sanders and that's who you wanted, like that's just totally unfair, man. We're gonna go to Chosen. Chosen, how you doing, man? Chosen, how you doing, man?
Well, what's good, TJ? How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm doing all right, man. What you got for us tonight?
I just wanted to chime in for a little bit, bro. Not too much. I just wanted to say, am I worried personally? Nah, man, because we understand what this whole rebuilding process was supposed to be about. And the direction we was going, I thought we were supposed to be leaning heavy on the run game anyway. So I always thought that we were supposed to have a quarterback that could come in and manage and do, you know, be either above average. He had to be elite, but I feel like just good enough in order to get the run game going, open up the play action, and then make your throws and go through your progressions. That way, I thought we was going through a whole different, you know what I'm saying, offensive scheme anyway. You know what I'm saying? Building through the trenches, get our running backs, and then, you know, expand out that way. That's what I thought we was doing. But, man, after 1 year training camp, we know what this guy's about, man. It's like, I feel like we was going to have issues regardless of who it would have been, knowing this fan base, man. We're going to find something to complain about. It just so happened to be the 26-year-old rookie, you know, the second pick, like everybody said, that we took over Shedeur. And I feel like we're going to have these problems regardless who we would have picked, man. It's the NFL. No matter how long you played in college, it's not the pros, man. It's not the pros. It's a different level. It's a different game. It's a different speed. No matter who you put out there, everybody got to go through that. You know, it just makes it look even worse because of who it's happening to in my eyes. But worried, no, because we it's not like we was one quarterback away from winning it all. You know what I'm saying? We still got questions to answer. We let's just say Tyler Shough is all and be all. Man, we still got to make sure our line stay healthy. We still got to make sure our defense doing what they do. Got to make sure this 3-4 gonna work. It's a lot of stuff that we got to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see if everything else was stamped and approved and we just was one quarterback away. We not, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, we still got a lot of questions to answer. So everybody acting like Tyler Shough was the one piece to the whole Jenga game. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man, it's not it, bro. Like, we got to be patient and let them develop. We always talk about we want to rebuild and do things the right way, but y'all rushing this man and get mad because he make rookie mistakes from a rookie. Why would I get mad at a rookie for doing what a rookie do? You know what I'm saying?
I think that is I mean, because y'all chose, I just want to make this point, man, while it's on my mind. You got a lot of Saints fans out there that haven't been they haven't gone this long looking at bad quarterback play. You know what I'm saying? That's what it comes down to. Like, I always say, like, around the late 20s, early 30s, all you seen was like Drew Brees play the quarterback position at a high level. Like,
right.
He was so good. Like, he was so good, so talented. Like, you didn't have to worry about the defense might look like trash, running backs might not be able to do nothing, but you knew Drew Brees was going to help you win a football game or get close to winning that football game. You knew it. And people have gone an extended amount of time for the first time this long without some consistency at the quarterback position. And it's frustrating because, like I say, it's like growing up rich, and then all of a sudden they're telling you, "Oh man, I'm sorry, you know, we can't, you know, we can't go out to the, you know, to the Four Seasons tonight, man. We got to go to Outback Steakhouse or something." You know what I'm saying? Like, man, nah, ain't nothing wrong with Outback.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? But
it ain't the Four Seasons.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, man, they put me in the back by the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's.
Yeah, I ain't laughing because you, like I say, I love me a Bacon King from Burger King, but if you say, "Chose, you want this Bacon King or you want this 32-ounce Tommy Hahn prime rib?"
For real, man. Outback or Root Chris. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, you go from eating that Root Chris to Outback, and like I said, nothing wrong with it, but it's just like, man, Root Chris is Root Chris. Right. And they just want to see this situation resolved. Like, man, can we please get back to the consistency at the quarterback position? But what the Saints are dealing with, Chosen, is what many teams have dealt with over the years, where it took some time for them to find that heir apparent. The Colts were lucky because they were able to move on from Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck. The Green Bay Packers were lucky because, they move on from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers, and now he's looking like Jordan Love. But
which we could have had just throwing that out there.
Like that. Right. Sometimes you might have to be the Dolphins, right? I mean, the Dolphins had to go through some stuff before they found Tua. Right. Buffalo had to go through some stuff until they found Josh. Sometimes it ends up being like that, man. And you're hoping that it don't happen like that with the Saints, but this is something that is reoccurring, Chosen. Like, man, teams take some time for them to figure out that next star quarterback. So,
but you know what? It makes it worth it as a fan. You know what I mean? Because and I remember you said something a couple years ago, man. I remember we had a Jets fan in the chat, and I remember you telling Jets fan, shout out to you, bro, because you being a Jets fan right now, you was like, ooh, man, like shout out,
man,
to you.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? It takes that now. At that time, we was winning double digits playoffs, and now it's like, man, we that Jets fans now. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, are we gonna be like that man still rooting, or was we just here for the prime years with Sean Payton and Drew Brees? And it's like, it's time, because I'm one of the ones where I caught football. Always, everybody know my story. My first Saints game was against the Philadelphia Eagles when Reggie Bush got demoralized on that screen. That was my first ever Saints game I ever watched, man. And ever since then, I've been hooked, and I got more and more adapted to the game because I knew of football, but I didn't know of football, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I had my share of knowing what Drew Brees like and winning and doing this and all that. And I'm here. If I can embrace the ride, so can y'all. But it makes it worth it, because when we do get back to those glorious years and winning and going back to the Super Bowl, man, you know what it took. You got more pride in that. You got more pride. Like this right now is the time of the fans I respect who going through them dark ages. And you said it years ago. You said, all right, like, we enjoy Drew Brees now. I remember you saying it, TJ, bro. You said it almost every stream, every show, every episode. Enjoy it now, because when he retire, we gonna see who the real black and gold.
Yeah, right. We gonna see. Bro. Didn't I say that? I said we gonna find out who the real Saints fans are, because everybody can cheer and grandstand when you sunshine. Right when you own. Man, let me get some of that, bro.
We was talking smack. We was infiltrating other chats. We was good. Now it's like, man, we can't even come together for a training camp.
Man, for real, like
it got bad. It's like,
it's bad, bro.
But it goes to show you. It goes to show you, man, who here. And you got to grant it. We want it. We got to embrace it, because it's going to get better. If the front office play their cards right, now we're going to be all right. But it just goes to show you, man, who riding with us and who not. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you say, it's easy when we up, it's easy for y'all to come around and want Benson Boogie and do the bean and weed, and we chopper styling. Boy, the chopper style years was the highlight of my life. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like, man, that chopper ain't got no styling. We
chopper ain't got no clip.
Chopper ain't got no clip. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we partners in crime right now.
Man, for real. Yeah, something, man. Like it's bad. It's bad, man. But look, I just tell people, man, like, Rome wasn't built in a day, and we've been asking for this whole rebuilding process for a while, Chosen, and people just need to see it through, man. Like the impatience is what's causing a lot of people to overreact. But I'm like, everything is going to work itself out or reveal itself for better or for worse. So I'm like, man, look, I don't plan on stop doing the State of the Same podcast tomorrow. Never. So if things don't end up panning out, man, I don't mind talking about and addressing it, but I have to see it first, man. If that make any sense, it
does.
I'm not a hot take artist. I just give my opinion, but when I'm giving my opinion, Chose, I promise you, man, it's based on what I'm actually seeing in real time. Like
right. You see
all
better
the
than
stuff
you hear.
about
Exactly.
like I ain't hot taking it, man. And maybe if I did, maybe you know what I'm saying, like maybe this show would be somewhere else different. But that's just not me. Like I want to see this team do well. And it's the beginning of the season. Like nobody has played a game. Well, two teams have played a game.
Well, yeah,
the Chargers and the Lions. They're the only two teams that played anything this season. But even with that, it's exhibition. Everybody's 0-0. So until like the season starts to reveal itself, why are you getting yourself all worked up about a 14-second clip and a dude, like you hearing, like you ain't even see it. You heard in a report by somebody that most people don't even really, in my end, look at like that in Jeff Duncan. No disrespect to him, but it seemed like, a lot of people have their gripes about him. But all of a sudden, like he preaching gospel because it's making you feel.
It's making you look good. Yeah. Like,
it's like, come on, man.
No, you can't. Like, I hate that, bro. Like, you can't be double-sided. If the man's speaking facts, he's speaking facts. Don't only get his man praise when it's beneficial to your argument or it's good for you. You can't have it both ways. Now you hypocrite and then you straddling the fence. We're not finna do that. If you feel like a person,
like who like as much scrutiny, and this ain't from me because I respect the guy. I don't care what nobody say. I respect Jeff Duncan. I mean, like since I was in high school, Jeff Duncan been covering the same. Regardless of how you may feel about it. But you can't say on one hand, oh man, that junk, man, he ain't that. And then all of a sudden, like he say something that kind of validates how you feel. Man, you seen that Jeff Duncan? Nah, bro.
No. Yeah, bro. Don't change it now because when he say something you don't like, he gonna be back to being, that dude don't know what you talking about.
Man, you don't know what you talking about, dog.
You can't flip-flop. You can't flip-flop. And I want to echo what you're saying before I let you go to the next caller, man. You can't, like you say, it's all 0-0. If you look back at last year, we all thought Detroit was going all the way. Hell, when Philadelphia lost to Atlanta, people started calling them frauds. You know what I'm saying? And look what happened. Like you can't always. Sometimes you gotta let stuff play out. You can't just go off of what you see or what the paper tell you. Sometimes things gotta play out. You don't know how it's gonna shift. Ain't nobody expect Kansas City to lose the way lose the Super Bowl how they was going in it. You know what I'm saying?
And that's something that taught me too about them takes because I was like at the beginning one year I was like, I'd be shocked if Nick Sirianni still had a job because I'm not gonna be one of the people that dish it and can't take it because I was the same. I was like that. Like you looking at like some of the things that were said and drawing my conclusion based on that. Not looking at, man, how do those players feel about this guy in that locker room? How do they feel about him? Because that's all that matters, bro. If they gonna play for him, then, bro, like anything that a Philadelphia beat writer writes or a fan thinks is obsolete. It doesn't matter.
It don't matter.
If those players gonna rock with you, they're gonna rock with you.
And that's the only voice that matters. They say it all the time. In this locker room, all that outside noise don't matter if they right or wrong. The only voice that matters is the one in the locker room, and that's who wins. The team that block out the most noise, and like Sean Payton say, don't take the cheese. You know what I'm saying? Like we here, don't read the press clippings. We here. Only people that matter is the ones in this locker room, for better, for worse, or for indifferent. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you letting me speak on the teacher. I'm going to get to you next callers. But to wrap it up, I'm not worried, man. We still got a lot more to go. Even if Tyler Shough was playing at a Tom Brady, Drew Brees level, man, we still got more questions to be concerned. So I'm not going to just make it seem like this man is the reason if we don't win at all, it was because we drafted Tyler Shough. No, man, we got way more fish to fry. We far from done. It's going to take at least 2-3 more seasons and consistency and winning a better nutrition. This team has been built in a hole. Just how long it took us to get in this hole, it's going to take just as long to get us out. And we just got to embrace it. They ain't going to just take Kellen Moore, first-year coach, and second-round quarterback who's 26. Man, it's going to take more. It's going to take more. It's going to take some leadership and a little bit of luck. You know what I'm saying? And you need all those things to click. So we're going to just be patient and let us play out. And it's going to show us who the real fans is. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it, Chosen, man. Call back anytime, man.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah, man. Shouts out to Chosen, man. Shouts out to him. Look, it's just the truth, man. Like, you can't be concerned about, Tyler Shough because this is a rebuild. Like this whole Saints experience right now is a rebuild. And like I look, I don't feel like this is an indictment on what this guy can actually be. And I just think that some Saints fans should be ashamed of themselves, man, like going at this man's neck after 10 days of practice like this. Like, if you draw this conclusion, you like, okay, I just think that young bull got to show me something. Okay, in college, I'll check this out right here. I mean, I ain't too sure about this. That's fine. But, oh, man, y'all crazy if you thought that he was going to be better than Shadur Sanders. Like, why are we still talking about Shadur Sanders, all right? Like, why are we still talking about the chick that we broke up with? You know what I'm saying? And talking about our new girl ain't it. You know, like, come on, man. Like, what we doing? Man, my old girl, she used to give me breakfast in bed. Like, bruh. They ain't gonna get you too far, man. They ain't gonna get you too far. You know, talk about what you used to have. Like, that ain't it. I'm gonna support this guy. I think that he has the right tools. I think he's made of the right stuff. And I like his confidence, man. It seemed like a few weeks ago, a lot of Saints fans did too. And then he threw the football, right? That was it, right? That was it.
When I seen him throw that ball, I was like, oh my God.
I mean, when he seen him throw that ball, man, it was like, oh my God. I mean, like when he threw that pass to Juwan Johnson in OTAs, everybody was like, man, when I seen him throw that ball, right? And then when he was at practice, he threw that pick, it was like,
when I seen him throw that ball, I was like, oh my God.
When I seen him throw that ball. Oh, man, come on, man. Get this guy a chance. We got to give Shough a chance, man. Got to get this man a chance. I know everybody uptight, want to see the Saints win, tired of it losing, tired of not making the playoffs. But, hey, Rome was not built in a day, all right? It wasn't built in no day. Everybody always looking for gratification on their opinions. LOL. Well, I mean, look, it feels good to be right. You know, I ain't gonna lie to you. It feels good to be right. But I just hot taking and spitballing to be right. Like, okay, man, I'm gonna just leave it right here, right quick. I'm gonna come back and get it. Like, come on, man. Come on. Come on, man. Man, I said this a long time ago. Like, bro, that's cool if you end up being right, but I ain't rocking like that, man. I ain't rocking like that. Like, it's hard for, like, when people be like, man, what do you think the Saints gonna look like in week 10? Shit, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? like I don't know. Like, how am I supposed to know? Like, I ain't got, you know, like a little magic 8 ball or something I'm rubbing or something. I don't know. You know, like, I don't know. Like, I can give my thoughts about it, but I mean, I don't know. Y'all can praise Sanders and the Browns, but when we on the field together, he the ops. Yeah, pretty much. TJ played the DA walk. Man, we ain't got the DA walk no more, man. We threw that away along with DA as the head coach, right? Everything that was affiliated with as the head coach. We wish him luck with it in his recent stop with Chicago as defensive coordinator, but nah, we threw that away, man. He was really good at the beginning of the camp. The kid was cooking. Now that he has reached a little tough spot while learning a new system and adjusting to the speed of NFL, people panicking. Man, I don't know. I'm like, man, what they thought? They must thought Saints had Tom Brady or something. Like, man, Tyler Shough. Like, what are you doing out there? What are you doing? What are you doing? And be retweeting Ross and Nick, man. What they doing? Like, man, let that man figure it out, man. Let him figure it out. Like, he had a pretty decent bounce back over the weekend. Made some throws, was aggressive. You know, like, it seemed like, you know, he goes out there, he throws, he makes mistakes. They go back, they look at the film, and he makes the corrections. First, it was like he holding on to the ball, didn't want to pull the trigger. Then the next day they looked at the film. He was out there being a little bit more aggressive. You know, he threw some interceptions. Then, you know, they looked at that, evaluated that. Then he came back out there, you know, looked a little bit better. So, I mean, Kellen Moore said it. Like, Kellen Moore said that these guys are going to have to make mistakes. They're going to have to make mistakes with that nation. That's just what it is, man. He's going to have to make mistakes. Like, nobody's going to be flawless. Like, nobody is going to be flawless, man. Everybody going to be making mistakes. It's good and as well as Spencer Rattler has played in training camp and has looked apart. Like, even he didn't made mistakes. But we also got to give some credit to the doggone defense, man. Like, dang, nobody, like, everybody just ever wondered, like, dang, maybe the Saints defense is going to be improved. Like, maybe the defense is going to look like pretty doggone good this season. When you think about that, when Tyler Shough throws an interception, guess what? A Saints defender catches it, right? And that's when the Saints defense is on the field against the opponent. Aren't you going to hope and pray that they make a stop or generate a turnover? So it's not like he's throwing a ball, like he's throwing these interceptions to the Chargers. You know what I'm saying? Like he's throwing the interceptions to the Cardinals, throwing interception to his teammates. And I'd rather him throw his interception to his teammates than throw an interception to Will Johnson. Throw an interception to Derwin James. You know, like, man, I'm good on that. But that's my final thoughts, man. Look, first off, shouts out to everybody that called in. Didn't really see too many, you know, people that I saw on social media, man. I mean, I just thought that once I put that link out, they were just going to show up and show out. But I guess they must have missed the meeting like Peter did when, you know, when Jesus showed up after he was, you know, crucified. All the disciples saw him and he missed the meeting. I maybe they missed the meeting. All right. You know, so I don't know. Maybe maybe they're going to come back tomorrow. Maybe, just maybe. They're like, dang, man, I wanted to get on TJ's show, man. I had something to say, man. I was going to say that Tyler Shough sucked. Man, I guess I'm an after show boy.
Shots out, shots out, shots out, shots out, shots out. To them after show boys. Shots out, shots out, shots out, shots out, shots out. To them after show boys. They be tweeting and be posting. They be tweeting and be posting. They be tweeting. Yeah, them after show boys. They be tweeting and be posting. They be tweeting and be posting. They be tweeting. Yeah, them after show boys.
That's out to all them after show boys, after show girls out there, man. Really do appreciate your time, man.
When I seen him throw that ball, I was like, oh my God.
When I seen him throw that ball. Shouts out to all the after show boys, after show girls out there, man. Shouts out to you. This has been the State of the Saints podcast. Really do appreciate your time. Whether you're young, you're old, you're black, you're white, Hispanic, any other nationality. If you stop by, thank you so much, man, for making the State of the Saints podcast a part of your listening and viewing pleasure. I'm going to stand on business when I continue to say put a face on it, all right? I ain't got no problem with nobody saying anything to me. Just put a face on it. Previous episodes available right here on YouTube. Happy to announce that starting tomorrow, the NFC South Roundtable will be back on the NFC South Roundtable channel at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be back alongside this year, my guy Berto, my guy James, and my guy Clay. We're going to be talking about NFC South. Looking forward to doing that. Also on Bleacher Report, I'll be live after every Saints game, preseason, regular season. Hopefully we get some playoffs off in this joint. We're going to be there on Bleacher Report. And also, man, we're going to be doing like daily videos on Bleacher Report. I did my first installment. It's going to be like 1.5 to 3 minute videos each and every day talking about your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. So make sure that you go to Bleacher Report, select New Orleans Saints. You'll see this handsome face right here every single day telling you what's going on with the New Orleans Saints. All right. So also you can follow me on X at TJAYJones8. Also check out the State Up the NFL. Right now, I got a new video up right now on Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill making some people mad in Miami. How's that going to play out? We talked a little bit about that. So I'm asking for your support to subscribe to the State Up the NFL as we try to grow that channel over there. All right. Till next time, all I got to say is, who dat?
Thank you for listening to my daddy's podcast. Please subscribe to our channel.
All I gotta say is, who dat?